See if we can actually do something real quick here. See if we get anybody to roll up to the scene here. Also, shout out to anybody that's here at this moment. Now, the one main thing that I wanted to bring up here, right? Like I told you guys before, is that I will, bring up stories, right? And talk about a variety of topics, right? And this, in a sense, is a reminder for a lot of the black folks out there who just might so happen to be a part, right, of the LGBT, right? And this was a black man who, I guess, had some hype, at a moment in time. And he had a little bit of people behind him, right? He decided a while back, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to sit up there and, let people know exactly who I am because obviously it matters because I play football, right? Which sexuality has nothing to do at all when it comes to football, right? It's either you can play or you can't play, right? So after all of that hype died down, right? You had him basically state later that he feels that the LGBT community used him as a poster boy and then abandoned him. Welcome to America. This man is up here looking like a confused Carlton. Welcome to America, because that's exactly what took place. And this is one of the main reasons why I told the black community before. It's like if you decide to associate yourself, right, being a black individual who is gay, right, with the LGBT, you have to be very much aware that it is a Caucasian club, right? It's not your club. It's not something that specifically, in a sense, founded and made for yourselves. No, this is a club meant for other individuals, for other people who don't look specifically like you. And if there is a point in time where they can just so happen to use the melanin that you have, they are going to sit up there and use you the same exact way that, the white people in America have always used black people. And this is why I always tell black people be careful of who you decide to associate yourselves with, because at the end of the day, you will be used. And after you are used, that's it, it's over. So this is pretty much why you don't hear anything else, right? Directly from Michael Sams, right? Because originally everybody was all bigging him up. I think maybe you had Ellen and other celebrities were bigging him up, right? Because that was the thing to do, right? If you really wanted views, if you really wanted stuff to go your way in pretty quickly, you would do whatever you can in order to, push, stuff for the LGBT. But obviously, that's not where everything is at this moment in time. Everything is pretty much focused on the Ukraine, right? And that was my next thing that I actually wanted to ask, right? So for anybody, well, I'm pretty sure I'm probably not going to get a response on this. For anybody that's actually listening, right? How do you feel about the Russia and Ukraine crisis at this moment in time, with all of the news and and stuff that's been coming out and that's been shown? That's my real question right there. Matter of fact, let me just, since I'm on a whole different topic, let me just swap that up, right? Let me just throw that up there. Yo, Yo, what is up, Pinky? What is happening? What is happening? What is going on? Long time no see. Okay. Now, that's roughly the same way I feel about it. Because, like I stated in the video earlier to you guys, I'm black all day long. So, why would I, as a black man, realistically care? Right? Because nobody in Ukraine actually cares for black people. Right? They're not standing up for black people. They're not marching for black people. They're not trying to raise money or, trying to tell America to stop treating black people the way that they've been treating them. Right? And neither are a lot of the true Americans that have signed up that are trying to go over there to the Ukraine and help them fight the good old fight of freedom, right? None of them are doing that. Like I said before, America's going to show you directly who they are. America's going to show you who they side and align with at the end of the day. Pinky said, how are you? Doing pretty good. Just looking at YouTube, looking at how stuff is working. you know, just monitoring, how videos are being put out, looking at analytics, whatnot. Paul Grant said, hell up, my bro. Yo, what is up? What is up? Pink said, what I've come to realize is that if it's not securing my bad, it's not my problem. No, it's bars. Oh, my bag. I got you. Melvina said, I'm still wild on how the white man Clint Eastwood, 7 women, 2 hours ago. Oh, I might have to look that up. I might have to look that one up. Let's not forget that the Ukraine got 15.6 billion. Actually, hold on. Let me just throw that one directly up there. That's a very great point, good sir. Hold on. Wait a minute, I got you. Give me a quick second. It's the 1.7 million right there. Where did I put that one up here? Yeah. Let me just put that right. Let me just try to minimize that right there. Let's put everything all on one board here. So like I said before, America will show you who they align with. America will show you who they love and who they don't, right? So case in point, yet again, like I stated in the video, how to get weapons to the Ukraine, protect vulnerable supply chains. Isn't that interesting, right? Spending all of that military money, all of that taxpayer money directly onto a whole nother country, right? U.S. gun makers are helping the Ukrainians fight back against Putin. So you mean to tell me, hold on. Let's just get this straight. Hold on. So out of everything in life that has taken place with black people here in America, when is the last time that you've heard of the Ukraine government, right, doing anything to help black people combat racism, bigotry, and discrimination in America? I've never heard of it. If anybody can happen to post those stories, I would love to sit up there and read them because I promise you, you're not going to find them. I promise you, you're not going to find them at all. Right? So it's like, why, as a black man or woman, would you then decide to go over, right, to the Ukraine and help somebody else fight for freedom when your people are still suffering and fighting for freedom in the United States of America? Like I said before, I'm just a little bit baffled and amazed at the lengths that black people will go to in order to always turn the other cheek, in order to always support, and to always shield and to do a multitude of things for groups of other people that you know damn well would never do anything for you. Now, some people who are Christian, they'll be like, oh, it's not about what other people can do for you. It's about, you doing the right thing for other people. And, God willing, God is going to bless you. I don't got time for that. I'm going with reality here, and reality basically states that if you know how people are, if you know how they act, if you know how they talk and walk, then you pretty much know who a person is. If I know that, going by a story from 2018, where it stated that that Ukraine has a neo-Nazi problem, if that was 2018, what do I expect in 2022? The same exact thing, because they're not going to fix that. Why? Because the overwhelming majority of people in the Ukraine are what? Caucasian. So why are they going to sit up there and fix a problem that's not detrimental or that's horribly affecting the greater majority of that populace there? They're not. They're going to do everything to, in a sense, basically enable, to coddle, right? To cater to that. And mind you, like I said, much love and appreciation to, the black men and women who are a part of the military or still in the military at this moment in time. But why in the blue hell would you go over there, leaving your home, leaving your family, leaving everything that you built and fought for here? Why would you go to a whole different country that's not looking for you, that's not asking for you, but yet you're volunteering your life and putting that on the line for a group of people that don't even deserve it, for a group of people that don't even care about you, nor do they even know that you exist, let alone even care that you exist. But yet, as black people, this is what we always sit up there and do. We can get slapped 98 times, but we'll sit up there and still find a space on the cheek to turn to accept another slap, making that 99. Like I said before, black people have the worst losing record I've ever seen in life. And I'm a Lions fan. And the Lions at one point in time went 0-16. I don't even know the number of losses that black people are currently at this moment in time, but I promise you, they've far surpassed the Lions at this moment in time. Been surpassed them. Like I said, the black community is living in the house of L's. Nothing but L's at this moment in time. We're taking L's when it comes to lawsuits. We're taking L's when it comes to America. We're taking L's when it comes to discrimination. We're taking L's on racism. We're taking L's against our own community. We're taking L's even going to the bank and trying to cash a check. We're taking L's to the point where people have had to pass legislation just so people won't discriminate against black people due to the fact of their hair. But yet you will still have black folks out here claiming that, oh, racism doesn't exist, bigotry doesn't exist. Why don't the black community stop trying to be victims? And this is coming from other black people. I'm not even talking about white people or any other group of people. I'm just solely talking about black people here. You have black people that will be they're playing the game in order to get that money from white people, and white people are happily giving it to them because they are giving off those talking points. They're saying all the beautiful and sweet things that white people want them to sit up there and say. So like I said, at the end of the day, I can't sit up there and get mad at them because they want to sit up there and make money. I can't. I can't, because I understand from a certain standpoint, right? And then this is where it's going to further go into a few other things, right? Because at the end of the day, whether black people want to be honest and truthful about this, right, is that black people, the black community, doesn't even really care or support the black community, right? Proof of that, like I said before, you have black people leaving America to go over there and help the Ukraine. When realistically, anybody that's black and in the military, with all of the training and the knowledge that you have, you should actually be opening up classes or teaching black people in the community all of the knowledge and the training that you've gathered over your years in the military. But is that what black people are doing as a whole? Nope. No, we are not. And are black people still defenseless in America? Yes, we are. Do black people have a whole list of armaments in order to defend themselves? And do they properly know how to disassemble and, put those armaments back together? No, they do not. Have the majority of black people ever went to any type of training to learn how to fire a weapon properly? No. Have black people ever taken classes in order to properly be able to defend themselves against a person when it deals with hand-to-hand combat or when it deals with somebody who has a weapon? No. So yet again, no matter how you sit up and look at it, the black community is still taking L's, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. We're taking L's all over the place. And then on top of that, another huge L is the fact that the black community allows gentrification. And what I mean by allowing is the fact that black people, yet again, going back to the aspect of when I stated that black people don't even support the black community, black people don't even want to buy up homes in the black community. And if people don't realize it or not, I generalize a lot on my channel. I do it on purpose because I want people to prove me wrong. But yet what ends up happening is that people don't prove me wrong. Like I said, I would love for the day that everything that I've ever said on this platform, people can just disprove everything 100%. I would love it, because then I would just move on to talking about other things that obviously are of, importance, because I wouldn't have to sit up there and do this anymore. But that's not where we are, because that's not where the black community is at this moment in time, because still we are talking about cutting the check. I've seen that in my comment sections quite a bit. And I've responded to people about that. I'm like, yo, instead of trying to ask the government, like this is my problem with black people. Somebody in the black community has to explain to me how we know that white people took over America, took it from black people, and then enslaved black people, and then freed black people. And then we're looking for those exact same people who made the predicament that we're in, who orchestrated the predicament that we're in, to basically free us from the exact same predicament that they're benefiting directly from. How does that make sense? If you're winning from enslaving a certain group of people, why would you then let go of all of that leverage just to be a good person? Why would you give black people reparations, knowing the fact that if you do this, you're basically empowering this exact same people that you're afraid of, right? Because white people, at the end of the day, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, they're afraid. They have that fear that if black people ever get empowered, then they're going to come directly after us. They're going to sit up there and do the exact same things that we've done to them. And we don't want that to happen. So we have to sit up there and keep them to a certain mentality. We have to sit up there and keep them fighting and trying to struggle, right? And trying to come up, right? Why would they enable black people? Why would they enable their slaves? Why? All this talk about cutting the check. And the main thing that I've told black people is like, yo, if you really want to cut the check, start investing. Start getting into financial literacy. Like I said, I've listed Boyce Watkins quite a few times during different streams. He has classes on financial literacy. How many black people are actually signed up? All the people talking about cut the check and where's my money, all this JG Wentworth bullshit talk that black people keep doing when it comes to the government. Why don't you learn how to manage the money that you have right now? How this is my thing to black people. How the fuck do you expect to be able, let's say like the government gave each black family like $1 million. How the fuck are you going to manage $1 million when you can barely even do a budget for $1,000? How the fuck are you going to do that? How? And I'm also going to state this, my apologies for anybody who has kids in the room, due to the fact that I'm cussing at this moment in time. Usually I give warnings, but when it gets to a certain point when, I have frustration dealing with the black community, this is what happens. Because, you can talk all nice to black people. You can tell them like, yo, what's up, king? What's up, queen? I love you, yada, yada, yada. That's all nice and shit, but realistically, black people don't respond to that. And that just is what it is. That's just what it is. Like I said, the only time black people actually respect people is when they feel disrespected. And that's bars. I would love for somebody to prove me wrong on that, because I'm going to prove myself right. Right? Black people respect the government, even though the government has disrespected black people for years, taken from black people for years, killed black people for years, enslaved black people both physically and mentally for years. Black people still give, no matter how much black people say that they hate the government, they still respect the fuck out of the government. Ain't that a bitch? So yet again, back to my other main point. How the hell do you expect to manage or to be able to hold on to $1 million when you can barely even budget $1,000 for the bills that you got every single day without spending it on bullshit? But oh, this is the key part here. Whenever you happen to tell black people how to spend their money, they always sit up there and try to tell you to mind your business. It is crazy. And this is why the Jewish community considers black people liquid money, because as soon as we get money, it goes right away. It evaporates to never be seen ever again. This is why every single black family out here does not have anything to give or to contribute to their kids whenever they die, whenever a funeral happens, whenever somebody needs some life insurance, whenever somebody needs to get buried, whenever injuries happen. Whenever you need to sit up there and pass down and leave something to your kids, you don't have shit. You got the Latin community. They always have something to pass down to their kids and their families. You got the white community. They always got something to pass down to give to their kids and community. You got the Jewish community, the Arab community, the African community. And I ain't talking about black Americans. I'm talking about Africans from Africa that came from the continent over here to America. I'm not talking about African American. I'm not talking about that whole other branding and title. I'm not talking about that, because there's a clear-cut difference. Like I said, every other ethnicity out here is able to practice some type of form of community togetherness, spending, and being able to set back money for just in case or to pass down. Every other community has some type of form of generational wealth. Black people don't got shit. And that's just real. What we got? Rap? What we got? Some black guys in some apartments holding down like 400 pair of J's. You're going to pass that down to your sons? What's that? What is that really going to be worth in about 50 years? Versus putting your money into stocks, putting your money into gold and silver and copper, rhodium, palladium, versus putting your money to work in other avenues. But like I said, when you try to talk to black people and you try to get them to change their spending habits or their mentalities, hey, nobody wants to listen. Wait, what happened? But wait, you said they flagged down the other channel. Wait, huh? Wait. Let me go to that one. Feminist flag down, SEIJIHITO's big channel. No. That channel is still up there. It's still up there. You know, it's not that it's flagged. It's just the fact that, you know, YouTube decided the video that I put out a while ago that they wanted to hit me on the same video again to lengthen the stay on that, on top of the other flag that they decided to give me at a point in time. So, you know, I mean, you know, like I told y'all before, that main channel, the original SEIJIHITO channel, that bad boy is 100% demonetized. So also congratulations. I think I said that before. Congratulations to all those hardworking individuals that more than likely, you know, did whatever they did. Or also congratulations to YouTube for, you know, demonetizing, you know, that channel. You know, like I said, somehow, some way, they will always figure out a way to make money off of you when you can't make money off of yourself. So if you happen to watch the old channel, you see any ads running on videos, that doesn't go to SEIJI. That goes directly to YouTube. 100% of it goes directly to YouTube. So, you know, it is what it is. directly on that. Um, but what is up there, Carbon? What is up? What is up? What is up? Let me see what else that we got here. I think I heard Putin is giving free education to Africans fleeing the Ukraine. Hey, if that's what he's doing, hey, that's what he's doing. I have no dog directly in this fight at all. The African people should be the ones, either yay or nay, that at the moment in time. You know, you said in 2014, Ukraine had a civil war and ousted a president. So the ones who to who are over the neo Nazis, they've been getting weapons, also training from the U.S. Now they're part of the military. Yeah, yeah, yep. I believe it. I believe it. Um, Let me see. They prove time and time again that they hate us, and we pay them. Been following for a while. It sounds like somebody hacked their channel. Our currency is attention. Bars. No, no, no. Okay. So I think I probably went over this quite a few times. So basically, the original channel, you guys know how I do stories dealing with kids and how I, yo, T, what is up? What is up? What is up? um, and how I advocate for kids, right? Because the main thing that I always state is kids are the most precious things that we have. The reason that we're able to keep going and live the lives that we live is due to the fact that we have kids consistently, coming in and replenishing, right, the population and the loss of lives, because realistically adults are stupid. And due to the fact that when I look at the news over the times that I've done the news on both channels, the main thing that you will notice is the fact that a lot of adults don't do stories dealing with kids. That's not in the spotlight, right? The main stories that get talked about are what adults are doing to other adults, right? Men are doing to women, women are doing to men. The whole world is basically jacked up. Looking at all these, it's the exact same thing. Realistically, adults can defend themselves versus other adults, right? But you're not going to have a 6-year-old being able to defend themselves versus a grown man or woman. It's just not. It's just not feasible. I don't care what universe or multiverse you want to look into. It's just not. That's just not the course. It's not what works. And the main thing that I've always stated is that it is up to adults to be that voice and to speak up and out for kids, right? Because of all of the things that are taking place. Any story that I've done, 99% of the time, the reason that things ended up happening to kids is by way of adults. So I put together a little video. I didn't really even sit up there and say much. I gave a little bit of information dealing with a individual who is a part of a certain group of people, right? I gotta say it like this because people start to get, a little bit antsy, right? They're a part of a certain group of people, and I've called that out before, and I've called it out in a multitude of other videos dealing with this exact same group. And this group, I want to say, was formed what back in like the 70s and or the 60s, and they're honest and open about, hey, this is what they like, this is who they specifically go after when it comes to certain types of contact and talking and different things of that nature. So that 30-minute video, you had those individuals basically speaking. YouTube basically stated that, oh, your video is cyberbullying, it's harassing, it's this, it's that. And then last but not least, they stated that, hey, you're talking and referencing a protected group. I'm like, so you mean to tell me grown adults that are actively seeking children, that's a protected group? And this is why I do the videos that I do, in order to let parents and guardians out there know that these are the individuals. This is, like I said before, if they tell you that a certain group of people who go after kids are a protected group, who do you think passed those laws? Like I said, people got to look at, this is a lot bigger than what you think it is. It's not just for the simple fact that these people are protected. It's also due to the fact that there's lawmakers that sided with this. So what does that tell you? And then pay attention to if they're on this whole thing with agreeing with that, then how are they treating kids? Right? What are they specifically doing with kids? And then think about those judges, those police officers, and everybody else that, that's in all of these positions where it's easy for them to get into contact with these kids. Like I said, it's a lot bigger than what a lot of people think it is. This is why I've done quite a few videos talking about missing children and how it makes no sense. Well, I didn't even put out that video yet, but mainly in that video, they always give out the number where it's like, oh, you got to wait, 24 hours or 48 hours or 72 hours, whatever they want to put it as, in order to put out a missing persons report. The main thing that I've stated for Black people is that you can cut the middleman out. Not saying that you don't, in a sense, need the police. Realistically, you should need the police, but the system is how it is, right? So instead of waiting on them, you sit up there and go by word of mouth. You go grassroots. You also use social media in order to get this word out. And then if you got any type of celebrities that are directly in your town that you might be able to, hey, let me, throw you a little bit of money. So, maybe you can, put this up there on your page real quick to bring awareness to this missing child. We have a multitude of different avenues in order to get out information dealing with kids that are, missing. It makes no sense that we're still going through the police and waiting on them for 24, 48, 72 hours, whatever it is. During that time, anything could basically happen, right? But back to what I was saying before, the whole issue dealing with kids is a lot bigger than what a lot of people want to assume or look at it as. You have a lot of these political officials that are into this exact same thing. You got a lot of these presidents that are into these exact same things. You got a lot of these world leaders that are into this exact same thing. You got a lot of these elites that are into this exact same thing. This is why a lot of this stuff is able to get passed. And like I told people before, when the Coliseum is open, meaning entertainment, meaning that back during the pandemic, everything was shut down. So people actually were able to breathe and look around, get some sunlight, feel what fresh air looks like instead of always being glued to their phone. This is when you started having people of different varieties, right? Starting to look at like, yo, Black people are really getting treated bad in America. I really didn't know it was this bad. Right? A lot of people are oblivious. A lot of people are ignorant. Some people just don't care. But to those who just don't know, it's due to the fact of social media, right? Because it's curated to have a certain type of effect, which is going to, in a sense, have people ensnared and looking at only certain things. Because Facebook and YouTube and everything else, they're going to point you and give you the stuff that you like, right? If people always talk about how they hate yes men because nobody ever tells them no, then the greatest yes man is social media. Social media will never tell you no. It will always tell you yes. It will always give you the stuff that you want. Just let it know what you like and it'll give it directly to you. Speak directly into your phone during this week and you'll start seeing some ads about that very same thing. Start talking about Taco Bell. Start talking about McDonald's. Start talking about Manscaped. Start talking about computers. Start talking about laptops. Start talking about the newest phones and everything else. You'll start to see ads curated directly to you because your phone is listening. Social media is listening. The internet is listening. Like I said before, if people at any point in time were afraid of Skynet, if people were afraid of living in the case in point and dealing with the Terminator and all this, you're basically already at that point. Everybody has a machine that walks and talks to them at this moment in time. And we're currently training the damn thing as we always talk, like even right now, right? That the YouTube algorithm is consistently working at this moment in time, listening to my voice, listening to keywords and trigger phrases and all these other things. And they're deciding that, hey, we're going to push this live stream to more people. Or maybe no, we're not going to push this live stream to more people because of the types of words that are being used and all this other type of stuff. And now they're also deciding if this video is going to be monetized or not because of certain keywords and different things like that. Like I said before, you are living in a data time frame, in a data society where, in a sense, yes, you are, in a sense, you have the ownership, right, of your own person, but realistically, you don't. Your digital thumbprint is up for sale and it's being traded as we speak. You just don't even know it. If you have anything on a social media platform, your digital imprint is being sold over and over and over and over again, and people are making tons of money directly off of your information. So whatever you've liked on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, or any other site, they're making money directly off of all of that information. Case in point, if you don't believe me, go and look at what Apple did to Facebook. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I could have sworn that it was stated that Apple did an update, which basically cut out that whole thing dealing with ads on Facebook, and Facebook lost a lot of money. Facebook gains money off of ads. Like I said, case in point, let me put you to a higher playing field, right? YouTube, right? You look at YouTube as entertainment and all this other type of stuff. What you don't realize is that YouTube is a huge ad platform. That's all it is. So yes, I do YouTube videos directly on here. Yes, other content creators do YouTube videos, and yes, you got music and everything else on here. YouTube is an ad platform. It's an ad service. I'm not sure if people actually realize that YouTube is owned by Google, right? Not YouTube owning Google. So basically what Google does is like, hey, all right, so you want to sit up there and put out, some videos, you want to do this, that, and the third. All right. Coca-Cola, you just pay us X amount of dollars per month or a year, and bam, we'll help you, put your ads directly listed on videos whenever your products are basically mentioned, or whoever we find to be popular that can generate enough, eyes. So maybe that might be a YouTuber that can generate 200, 300, 400K views, right, within a day. Bam, we're going to put some Coca-Cola ads there, some Frosted Flake ads there. We're going to sit up there and put some Chick-fil-A there. Like I said, it's a giant ad platform, and they're killing it. Billions of dollars, probably hundreds of billions of dollars, right? And Black people are helping with it at the end of the day, which, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's social media. We're able to sit here and we can watch videos for free or with ads, and we can enjoy ourselves, right? We can escape, reality, right? But then when it comes to, like I said in my other video, when it comes to Black people and social media, we always want to support other people's social media, but we never want to sit up there and support other Black people coming up with a social media platform. We don't. There's tons of Black social media platforms up there, and you don't really see Black people going directly to it. I've seen Black people in the comment sections like, hey man, since you're talking about these Black social media platforms, why don't you list some of these platforms on your platform? And my reply, which I don't reply because I don't want to seem like a jackass, but I'm going to be that jackass today. Whenever people ask me those questions, I'm literally looking at my phone, and I'm like, so everybody is literally sitting here typing on a computer, responding on a computer. You mean to tell me that you can't tell Siri or Cortana, whatever you got on your phone, to, hey, go to Google real quick and look up Black platforms? You can't do that? You're telling me as a Black man that I need to sit up there and do this for other grown adults in order for them to be aware that Black platforms exist? That makes no sense. Gucci don't have to let you know that they exist. Louis don't have to sit up there and let you know that they exist. Nike don't have to let you know that they exist. Reebok, notice all of these brands. They don't have to let you know. Kellogg's, notice everything is a last name. Ownership. They don't have to let you know. And those are white companies that Black people continuously go to every single day in order to sit up there and get their fix on trying to keep up with the Smiths and the Joneses. Black people can barely keep money in the Black community, but we make sure to know how to make that dollar work when we want to sit up there and show up and show out in front of people, when we sit up there going to an all-white party. When we sit up there going to family reunions and gatherings, we make sure we can sit up there and show up and show out, but yet we don't know a goddamn thing when it comes to financial literacy. And we wondering how we broke every single month when we sit up there working 1 to 2 jobs. That's because motherfuckers don't know how to save shit. We know how to spend real good, but we don't know how to sit up there and save a goddamn thing. Like I said, Black people have a lot of things that they need to fix. And, ain't no white man going to sit up there and fix that for you. They ain't gonna do that. Ain't no celebrity out here really gonna fix that for you. You have to be willing to sit up there and be honest with yourselves, which a lot of black people aren't really good at being honest about shit. We're real good about sitting up there blaming other people and faulting other people for shit that we have 100% control of. So when it comes to money, when it comes to the way that the community looks and everything like that, black people like, oh man, yeah, the white man, the white man, the white man, yeah, slavery, racism. When I was growing up, if there was an issue in the community and we needed to sit up there and actually fix something, we fixed it. Right. So, if something needed to be boarded up in a community, such as like a home, I saw brothers that would sit up there and get together and be like, all right, man, let's get together on, this Saturday. I sit up there and buy the plywood and the nails and stuff. And, such and such will get the nail guns or the hammers. And, we want to sit up there and like board up these homes. And then after that, we're going to sit up there and, cut the grass and the bushes. And we're going to sit up there and take care of this and, and make it look good. We're not going to have this as like some type of drug den or a trap house. That's what I grew up with. Seeing black men do that. What do I see right now? Nothing. I don't see nothing reflective of anything that I grew up with. I see a whole bunch of men out here sitting up there running their mouths and talking a good game, but I don't see none of them doing what I've seen black men do when I was little. I don't see none of that. And I'm going to sit up there and generalize. And it's great if you can point out a few black men out here that's sitting up there doing it, but it's not enough. I'm just going to be 100% honest. It's not enough. We got too many hands out here and ain't nothing moving. The only thing I see moving is mouths. And that's crazy. And that's crazy to me. Like I said, for me, I expect more, but the other problem is I have an expectation. So I let myself down every single day when I expect black people to do better, knowing the fact that a lot of black people are not going to sit up there and do better, because a lot of black people have been enabled and encouraged to basically just want to stay with less out of fear. Because the main thing I always hear from black people is like, yo, why would we sit up there and build our own towns and cities in our own this, that, and the third, when all they're going to sit up there and do is come in and burn it down like they did before. The difference with then and now is that we can learn from history. If we know that there is a possible chance that the exact same people are going to roll through and try to burn up anything that we create, then we're going to sit up there and protect every single thing that we create. You're going to have to be willing to die for every single thing that you build and create. Because I'm going to put it to you like this. The only time that black people are really going to make it as a society, as a group of people, is when we're actually ready to die for something. And at this moment in time, black people are too relaxed. Black people are too calm. The inclusion of, I'm next to, somebody white. I'm in a white neighborhood. I've made it. I got a little bit of money. I'm not rich or wealthy. I can't pass down anything, but I'm doing better than other black people. Because of that inclusion, because black people feel like they made it as soon as they're around white people, as soon as they're next to them and all of this other stuff, as soon as they got the exact same motherfucking car and they're able to shop at the same motherfucking mall, and they can eat at the exact same expensive ass motherfucking restaurant, when realistically black people can sit up there and cook and fix their own food for cheaper. The moment in time that black people can actually drop a lot of that, I want to be a part of all this other type of bullshit, and they start actually focusing on themselves in the black community, that's the moment in time that black people actually be a credible threat. If anybody thinks that black people at this moment in time are a credible threat, you are sadly mistaken. And I mean that as a whole, because I've seen some supposed individuals, right, basically want to state that nobody is afraid of black men. Nobody's afraid of the black community, sweetheart. I'm not sure how tough or how big and bad you think that you are, but I promise you, if the men that are actually about war show up at your doorstep, you're going to be meek and humble. You ain't going to be running your mouth. You ain't going to be saying this. You ain't going to be saying that. You ain't going to have all that sass. You ain't going to be talking all that lip. You ain't going to be talking sideways to a whole bunch of like 30 guys showing up to your doorstep with guns. You're not going to be doing that. Let's just be real. Let's just keep it 100. And that's not being sexist. That's just sitting up there being real. Because even when it comes to a certain time, men are smart about their shit. It's like, yo, if the numbers ain't really equaling out to I'm about to win, I might have to sit up there and do a tactful retreat. Like I said before, you got a lot of women that's in the military right now. Go look at some of their videos and let me know if they're willing to actually go over there to the Ukraine and die. They're not. They're not. Like I said, we have huge problems in the Black community. We have lack of leadership when it comes to men, and we have lack of femininity when it comes to a lot of Black women directly out there. And I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear the excuses from Black women talking, oh no, it's, you know, we got to do everything on our own. And my mom did stuff on her own too, but she ain't out here trying to act like a man. I'm just going to keep it 100. I ain't never seen my mom directly out here trying to sit up there and talk to other men like bro, dog, what's up? But I've never seen that. My mom stays as a woman because she is a woman. She wasn't born as anything else. Like I said, a lot of Black women out here have been brainwashed into this whole feminist ideology, this whole boss chick ideology, and all this other type of stuff. So yeah, we do have lack of leadership directly from the men's section. I be throwing myself in there a lot of the times just so the other men can understand, like, yo, I see what the problem is. I'm right there with you. Let's sit up there and get together and fix this, right? Let's come up with a plan. Let's get into a huddle. Let's get this going, right? But on the side, when it deals with Black women, you got a lot of Black women that's like, yo, I'm good by myself. I'm fine with it being independent. You got Black women out here getting rid of guys, even if they're nice or whatever. It's like, yo, I don't really need you. You're too nice for me. You're this, you're that. When realistically, you need that nice guy. When realistically, you know you need some type of protection, because you're not going to sit up there and be the one to try to sacrifice and protect yourself if men show up at that door. Whenever something goes bump in the night, you're not going to be the one sitting up there going down there checking all the windows and the doors. Do you realistically want to do that? Do you realistically want to put your life on the line to make sure that somebody, a burglar, didn't sit up there and climb into your house and that's getting ready to sit up there and rob you? No, you don't. Let's just be real. And that's the main problem when it comes to a lot of women directly out here. They don't want to be honest about that. They want to both be the man and the woman, but they still want to sit up there and get treated as a woman and get all of those benefits. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. It might work with a certain group of people where they can sit up there and say, I'm this and I'm that. And they can get that put directly on an ID or a birth certificate. But Black women ain't going to sit up there and work with y'all. It ain't. It ain't. And the same thing I'm going to sit up there and say for Black men, it's like, yo, the amount of slacking, the amount of laid backness that has been taking place over the years is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. A lot of events that could and should have been stopped. Like I said, I've looked at videos on World Star, and I've seen a lot of fights basically occur. And especially if you happen to have two women fighting or different things of that nature. I never see men sitting up there stepping up to stop those fights. Or better yet, when women decide that they want to haul off and start swinging on a dude and the dude ain't fighting back, all I see is a whole bunch of dudes pulling out their phones like girls. Like, oh, look at this nigga right here. He's sitting up there. He getting swung on. Oh, that wouldn't have been me. You sitting up there acting like girls, pulling out your phones, recording another man getting abused. But let me catch you real quick. Now, if that same man was ended up swinging on that Black woman, oh, now y'all Superman. Now y'all want to form Voltron. By our powers combined, I am Captain Planet having ass. Now you want to sit up there and become the Power Rangers. Now you want to sit up there and do some big bad beetleborg shit. You want to be the X-Men. You want to do all of this brave and bold shit and want to stick out your chest like, yeah, ain't no. Let me let you know something. If a nigga ever hit my mom, a woman in my family, I'll fuck a nigga up. You want to talk all big and bad then, but you're not trying to do nothing to sit up there and help out that brother. But you want to step in the moment in time you see that he was like, yo, I got hit 99 times. Y'all ain't do nothing. The moment in time you think that he's going to respond back, now you niggas want to step up. You can't sit up there and call yourself a man if you're allowing any of this nonsense to sit up there and take place. Like I said, abuse on both fronts is still abuse. It ain't funny. Like I said, sitting up there seeing grown ass black men on World Star cackling at the sight of a black man getting swung on by a black woman is crazy. It's crazy. And then it's also crazy seeing black women laugh at that too. Because y'all know damn well y'all didn't have black women in y'all families suffer through abuse and die from abuse. So for you to even find this situation laughable is crazy. Because I tell you this, let a girl sit up there and swing on your son. Watch you roll up to that school all about it. But let a woman start sitting up there and swinging on a man, you ain't about nothing. You laughing. Oh, he probably did something. He probably deserved it. You know, men dogs. Like I said before, like, yo, all over the place, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And the main thing that I talk about on this platform, while you got a whole bunch of motherfuckers that be rolling up here, screaming, crying, and complaining, I talk about accountability. And I've talked about that from the perspective of being a black man, growing up as a black man, living as a black man. And then I also talk about to the same extent of black women. But like I said before, when you want to sit up there and hold people accountable, people don't really want to look at that accountability. Because when I started doing this with black men on the original channel, I heard a couple of dudes sitting up there opening their mouth like, yo, bro, you got to be sitting, you got to stop generalizing because I ain't a part of this, bro. I'm cut from a different cloth. Well, cut your different cloth ass, having ass somewhere the fuck else. I'm talking to men here. Men that can sit up there and take responsibility. Men that can motherfucking take accountability and shut the fuck up and just move with the shit. That's it. It's that simple. I ain't here for bitches. I'm not. And that goes to any of the dudes that always sat up there and told me that, yo, you can't add me to this and all this. That's some bitch type shit. That's some bitch made shit. And this is coming from another man. Like I said, this is a man talking to men. So we can clearly have this conversation. I don't give a fuck. Because I don't. Because like I said, growing up, it was, if somebody pointed out a problem and told you what it was, you shut the fuck up and you deal with it and you fix that shit. You keep the fuck walking. That's it. You don't start doing some bitch ass shit. Start talking about, oh man, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm different, my G. All this. I don't give a fuck what motherfucking cloth you motherfucking cut from. Once you tear that bitch, that cloth is motherfucking torn. So it don't motherfucking matter. Like I said before, niggas out here talking about being cut from a different cloth, but yet niggas don't got money. You don't got financial literacy. You ain't doing nothing to generate generational wealth or anything like that. You ain't motherfucking building no businesses. You're not adding to your community. You're not doing shit but motherfucking moving your mouth, puffing out your chest and talking about, oh, I'm a different type of man. It's a lot of men out here that's different. Nigga, you ain't really one of them. You ain't one of them. If you up here bitching to me, telling me how different you are, you ain't different. You a nigga just like everybody else. And that's just bars. Like I said, like the shit is like, it's so motherfucking crazy because if I decided that I wanted to use my platform to basically critique other groups of people, yeah, I would sit up there and hear some out. I would, because I've done it before. But the funny thing is, you would hear people like, you know what, there is a problem there and it does need to be fixed. That's a step. That's a step. But, you know, like I said before, over time, you know, some of the talk and whatnot dealing with black men, that basically fell off. And then you have men that are like, yo, we do need to straighten up. We slacking, all this other type of stuff. That's the shit that I like to hear. That means that people are actually accepting responsibility, even though they're not a part of the situation realistically, like they're not the main cause of it. They're not being detrimental, but they understand like, yo, me as a man, me being that reflection, it's like, it is kind of my fault. It is directly on my shoulders. You know, maybe I can sit up there and look at my life and see where some things took place and I could have, you know, done some stuff differently. So since I didn't do it differently then, let me sit up there and take the initiative now and sit up there and straighten up. Right? That's usually, you know, in a sense, what I get from men actually, you know, ready to take responsibility for some shit, right? But when you go to the whole other spectrum, this is when everything starts going sideways. When you start get a whole bunch of crying, you get a whole bunch of tears, motherfuckers want to roll up, start talking about black men this and black men that. And I'm like, realistically, to anybody listening, my main response to that is I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to tell you why. Because as I've stated to other people before, the moment in time that you happen to date somebody, that you get into a relationship with somebody, you have ample time to get to know and acknowledge who that person is. That person is going to show you at a certain point in time or multiple times who the fuck they are. I've been in relationships where women have shown me directly who the fuck they are. And you know what? I still decided to be in those relationships. So who failed me? Did I fail myself, or did those women fail me because I was too nice and I believed something in them that they didn't necessarily, want to push out? I failed myself. So whenever I sit up there and hear certain things from like women when they want to start doing the what about this, what about that, what about all this other type of shit, I'm like, why do I give a fuck? Realistically, why? Because at the end of the day, you're an adult. You made a decision at the end of the day. You selectively chose a person at the end of the day. It just so happens that that was the wrong person. I've chose wrong women in my life. Am I going to sit up there and blame every single motherfucking black woman out here because of the way that I was treated? Fuck no, that fucking makes no sense. My mom didn't sit up there and treat me bad. I'm not going to sit up there and blame her. I got female friends out here. They didn't sit up there and treat me bad. I'm not going to motherfucking blame them. I'm going to put that blame on those black women. Like I said, that is the difference between logic and emotion. Logical people can put the blame on those specific people. Emotional people want to put the blame on every single person. In this case, you got a lot of black women that want to blame every single black man for the negative experiences that they've had with black men that they've selectively chose and picked out. The main thing I've told black women is like, yo, y'all need to slow down. Y'all need to just sit up there and choose better. You need to sit up there and slow down and choose better. The main thing that I've learned from my mom, and this is something that I've stated before, right? A lot of women be like, yo, I want to sit up there and date. I want to do this. I want to do that. Right. I've seen on IG where you have women that talk about being single and how they want to date. They love their kids, they love being a mom, but they want to be with somebody else. And I understand that. That is a part of human nature. But the main thing that I try to make people understand is that what are you willing to risk for your happiness, right? And the happiness of your kids. And this is what I state to women. So, for your happiness, are you willing to risk your life and the life of your kids? Are you willing to risk the fact that you don't know who a man is that you're bringing around yourself and your kids? I've done stories before showcasing this. How you had a black man who just rolled through and he sat up there and took the life of the mother of somebody else's child. And he also took the life of that child. Like I said, and this is why I sit up there and tell black women like, y'all need to sit up there and slow down because you don't know who any of these guys are at all. Y'all just like, well, I'm a mom now, I'm raising kids, I'm lonely. Me, 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 me. What about me? It's not a what about me anymore. It's about what about those kids, because you decided to lay down with a whole other individual and create life. Life ain't about you no more. If you want life to be about you, then don't have kids. Do not motherfucking have kids. Don't lay down unprotected with another man. Don't commit to a union that you know that you're not going to sit up there and be a part of and motherfucking stay in. Like, it's a damn shame when I hear stories of women sitting up there telling me how bad a dude was, but I'm like, he wasn't so bad that you didn't sleep with him. What happened to all of that then? You're shitting on this dude after the fact, but you weren't shitting on this dude when you were having sex with him. Like, what's happening? What's happening? But when you want to point that out to women, you're the asshole. You're the bad guy. Well, fuck it. I'll be that then. Because I would rather motherfucking be honest to people than motherfucking kiss your ass. Like, I don't care. I'm not trying to date you. I'm not trying to motherfucking see you. I don't even give a fuck even if we're friends or not. The whole main thing is a lot of women need honesty. They don't need people that's going to motherfucking kiss their ass. Like I said, I don't have like a lot of the girls that quote unquote, oh, you're nice. I wish I had a guy like you. All those girls that friend zone me, they're currently have kids, and they're not with anybody, and they're serial daters. So, like I said before, this is what happens when people don't want to sit up there and listen to common sense. This is what happens when people don't want to listen to logic, because you got too many women out here that feel like, they can just do everything and they don't have to listen to nothing. But then when they sit up there and, end up pregnant and they're single and they're not with that guy no more because they stating that he's a piece of shit, but he wasn't a piece of shit when he was blowing your back out. Like I said before, where are your priorities at? Where are your priorities at? If including me, I've done videos sitting up there telling guys like, yo, stop sitting up there thinking with your male member. I need women to stop thinking with their female member. But like I said, that's very hard for a lot of women to sit up there and do because, oh, I'm lonely. I need some emotional commitment. I need a cuddle buddy. I need something right here. You got something that's called kids. Kids, read them bedtime stories. Cuddle with them every single night. All of that love that you're sitting up there giving them, that's going to sit up there and benefit them later on in life. It will. Because like I said before, this is the main thing I stated before, even in the other videos when I advocate for kids. Adults are selfish at the end of the day because adults know who they're going to be with and who they're not going to be with. Why the fuck would you sit up there and keep having kids with an individual that you know damn well that you're not going to sit up there and motherfucking be with? Why would you do it? And I'm talking specifically to women, because you guys are the ones that can bring life into the world. You can deny it and you can bring it here, because I'm going to put this little tidbit of information out here just so people understand. Guys have no reproductive rights. The only time a guy has a right to anything is not having sex with a woman. But even when a guy states that he doesn't want to have sex with a woman, you know what women say? Oh, you must be gay. You must be into men. You must be on a down low. So regardless of however things go, a guy will always be on the losing end of the stick and women will always be on the winning end of the stick. Now, some people might say like, yo, Seiji, what do you mean? Like being a single mother isn't a win situation. Well, when I look at the facts that a lot of women out here get government assistance, hundreds or thousands of dollars from the government because they don't have a man in the house and the kids don't have a father. Then on top of that, they get child support. And then on top of that, they might get other subsidies. And then on top of that, some women might even get support for other women just because they're a single mother and don't have a man in the house. Women who have kids are getting tons of money. Tons of money. Ridiculous. Just free money. They only got to work for. Don't even got to work for. I've covered stories before where you have women that literally treat their kids like third country citizens. The mother will come walking out the house, nails done, hair's done, eyelashes done, makeup done, dressed up to the nine, and the kids looking like they just came out of a shelter. But you don't hear a lot of women talking about that or critiquing that, or seeing how that's a problem. But yet you got a lot of women advocating to be single mothers and telling other women out here like, yeah, it's okay to be a single mother. You should go ahead and do it. Huh? That's like hearing black men advocate for fatherless homes. Where? That doesn't make sense. That benefits nobody. It's a losing situation. Just like trying to advocate for other women out here to go out here and get pregnant and to decide to be a single mother, that's a losing situation for everybody. Nobody wins. Even if you are getting money from your kids, nobody wins. Nobody wins, because your mind is basically screwed, because you're like, I don't really need men. I got the government. That's basically my daddy now. And then the kids, they don't, in a sense, even have both parents, because the mom is focused on whoever her boyfriend is the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And then the dad is not in the picture because he has to stay out the picture, because if he doesn't, then the mother doesn't sit up there and get money. she's going to lose everything, and then she's going to actually have to depend and actually get up off her ass and actually work for some shit. And then on top of that, the child is further going to lose because the mother's focused on a brand new boyfriend. The dad is not even in the house, nor can he be. And even if he wants to be a part of his child's life, he has to go through the court system and try to fight for some type of legal visitation, which the mother is going to be like, no, you're not going to do this. I want 100% custody and all this other type of stuff. You do what I say type of shit. Because another thing that doesn't get talked about is the fact that you have a lot of scorned women out here. You got a lot of jaded women out here that use their kids as pawns because they want to be able to have control over that man. Because you got a lot of men out here like, you know what? The only positive thing here was that we came together and we formed these beautiful kids, these beautiful kids, but this relationship ain't happening. I don't want to be with you no more. And when women actually hear that from men, they start going psycho. And this is when you start hearing and seeing a lot of women using their kids as pawns so that they can control the man that doesn't want them anymore, so that they can control his life, so that they can control his money, so that they can control his relationship. Like I said before, it's a crazy thing that a lot of these things don't really get talked about and don't really have a light, in a sense, shine directly on them. But yet everybody always wants to talk about how black men are a detriment to the community and to the world. And, oh, black men don't add anything into the community. Black men are just the utmost criminals and the utmost violent and this, that, and the third. So while everybody's focused on black men, guess what's happening? You got a lot of black women that's sitting up there doing the exact same thing, if not worse, than what black men are doing. And that's just allowing it to get slid by. Ain't nothing happening. Case in point, I put it to you like this. How many women have you ever heard of paying child support? Just a question. I can list tons of guys that are paying child support, even though they're in their child's life. I know some men that were in the same household with their children and they were still on child support. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. How do you, as a woman, have a man who is the father of your kids on child support while he's in the same house? But like I said, women don't want to bring this up. They don't want to talk about that though. But only women can do this. And then you got the whole aspect of people saying that men don't have feelings. How do you think men feel dealing with that? That even though the dude is in the children's life, he's in the same household, he's taking care of the house, he's present, and he still has to pay child support, and then people still look at him as if he's a deadbeat. Wow. And you know who the champion is at the end of the day? The mother. Like, oh, you're such a strong woman. Look at everything that you're doing. You're doing it all by yourself. Really now? Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. And it's going to continue to be that way. And you have, a lot of women that talk about that they want equality. Let me just show you some equality real quick. Hopefully I actually made this. Yeah, this one right here. Let me show you some equality right here for the women. Right? This is what equality looks like right here. This is what equality basically gets you. You have a swimmer named Leah Thomas booed on the podium after winning the NCAA Women's Championship race, which means that this individual is so good that they're breaking other women's records in swimming. Records that have more than likely stood for a very long time. Those other women are now getting smoked, grilled, barbecued. You have other conversations out here where a lot of women are sitting up there talking about it's to the point where we can't even call ourselves women. I'm like, well, I told women for the longest time that you're literally siding with a group of people that are the next you. I have to put this in so many words because people like to get offended. You can put the words where they may. So because you decided to do that and because you allowed this is what comes from it. Like I said, once you open Pandora's box, you ain't closing that bitch. That bitch is gonna be open, swung the fuck open, swung open, and this is what's happening. So this is why you got UFC fighters. This is why you got some of them playing basketball. This is why you got them in swimming. This is why you got weightlifting. This is why you got track, and they are getting smoked, smoked. Like I said, and just like I told black people earlier when it dealt with the LGBT community, black women, y'all better be very careful of the people that y'all decide that y'all want to side with, because you don't know what their ulterior motive is. You don't know what they're going to sit up there and do in the future. You don't even know where you're going to be in the future. But yet, this is the cross that you want to put your life directly on, and this is what happens. Like I said, you only got yourself to blame at the end of the day. Like I said, you're not going to be able to blame any type of man for this situation here. That's y'all. Because y'all been sitting up there supporting, y'all been marching and all this other type of stuff for other groups of people. And yet this is what happens. Like I said, you better be very careful, of the stuff that, you decide to align yourself directly with. It's crazy. Timothy said, like the dude recording the lady getting beaten, snatched up by the store owners. You know, can I highlight that one? I would actually like to highlight that one. That's a pretty good one right there. Let me see. Rick Moran said, "Where everybody at? YouTube stripped this channel." Nah, you got people here. Let me look at something. It's currently like 25 people here. Probably close to about, I don't even know. Let me see something. Hold on. Total number of times the stream was viewed while it was live. So about 245 people have actually viewed the stream, like come, in and out, during various times. Like I said, what normally happens, people, I'm not that, really entertaining, so people don't really tend to stick around, you know. So, that's what it is. Or depending on what the topic is, people are not really going to stick around. T said YouTube probably didn't notify people. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I mean I think we talked about that on Twitch. I think we talked about that during like a live stream. Yeah, yeah, they probably didn't, but it is what it is. Um, I can't really give you a chat rate because YouTube is like, yeah, you don't really have a chat rate up here. So it is what it is. Dude, last time I stuck around, it was morning and I forgot to eat dinner. Yeah, no freedoms. I know what it is. Like I would normally do uh, uh some longer streams, from sun up all the way back up to the morning, type of deal, 15, 20 hours, whatever it was. That's what we do. We'll be sitting up there like eating dinner and we'll be eating breakfast and we'll probably be eating lunch, as well. You know, I've just technically calmed down on quite a bit of stuff because I've just been looking at, YouTube in the background and just be, I'm trying to look at some stuff. So this is why I don't put out a lot of videos like I used to. Because you guys really aren't going to see it. I've had days where I've tried to put out 4 videos and you guys really, didn't happen to see those, either by way of YouTube notifications or, what have you. So, it is what it is, at the at this moment in time, but we got about to get 26 people in here. That's all that matters. You know. Pink said we literally pulled our son out of school because my husband almost swung on a girl who tried to assault our son. She even saw my husband coming, but she still persisted. Can I highlight that? That right there. That right there is the main thing that I talk about when it comes to a lot of these young girls looking at other grown women on social media where, oh, I'm the man and the woman, and I can fight any man out here and all this other. Like I said before, this is how it's going to start to get. So for any women out there, pay very close attention. And this is specifically for the mothers directly out there. If you have a son that is young, I'm talking about like he's probably like a teenager right now, and he's still going through middle school, high school, or whatever it is. You got a son right now, promise you, there's going to be a certain point in time where one of these girls out here, they're going to sit up there and lift a hand and start hitting them. They're going to sit up there and think it's going to be funny to swing on them and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, because that's the society that we're in right now. Because you have grown women sitting up here teaching these girls that it's okay to sit up there and hit boys, because society has set up there and taught girls that, oh no, even if a girl hits you, even if she comes at you with a baseball bat or a car or whatever it is, you're a man at the end of the day. You could cause more damage. You don't sit up there and hit her back. And what other men sit up there and teach? Yo, man, you better not sit up there and hit no girl. Yo, the moment of time, I don't even care if it's a gang of girls swinging on you. If I even sit up there and see you, my G, sitting up there swinging on one of them, I'm about to sit up. I'm gonna break you down real quick. I'm gonna make you wish you never lifted a hand towards a woman. So we got society, and then we also have other men that are telling men, no matter what happens ever in life, don't you ever sit up there and hit a girl. Don't you ever sit up there and hit a woman. Wow. So we can teach women that, yes, it is okay to defend yourself. But when it comes to men, when it comes to boys, no, you can't defend yourself versus a woman. No, you can't do that. You could cause way more damage. Huh? So you mean to tell me that a girl coming at a dude with like a bike chain, that dude is still gonna sit up there and cause more damage than that girl with that bike chain? So bike chains don't hurt? A girl coming at a guy with a baseball bat, that don't hurt? A girl trying to come at a guy with a car or any other type of blunt object, that don't hurt? Like, come on, dog. Like I said before, like, people not making sense out here. You're enabling abuse. You're enabling dumbass fucking behavior. Like I said, and this is why society is fucked right now. This is why a lot of these young girls out here think that it's okay to sit up there and start swinging on guys. Like I said, like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. And let me go to the other brother that said something. Where it go? Getting the new generation of kids anymore. I remember when YouTube was playing with your channel. Yeah, they still are. They oh, I can't even highlight that comment. Hold on. I just gotta let me see. Let me highlight that. Technically they still are. It is what it is. You know, bars. That is straight bars. That is straight bars. T said I didn't get a notification and I had to look it up myself. I bet I would also get notifications that I went live as well. I didn't get that notification, so I 100% know that YouTube is doing something. I know they're doing something. Like I said, they've been doing stuff. Like I said, I can I kid you not, I can go back and look at the videos that I've put up. I still got videos that have less than 1,000 views. And like I said, I got about like 13, 14K people subscribed to the channel. It don't even make sense. It doesn't even make. There's no way in hell that any video should have like less than 1,000 views. It just should not be. Just shouldn't be. But it's YouTube. It is what it is. Let me see. Like Timothy said, was like the new recording lady getting beat and snatched up by the store owners. This is what I sit up there and say when it comes to stuff like that. Like I said, I showcased a video of brother Tyrone Muhammad. You can go back and type that in. It might pop up on YouTube, or you might have to go to the original SEIJIHITO YouTube page. And you'll see I did about 3 videos on a brother Tyrone Muhammad, right? And this took place in Chicago. This brother sat up there and put his freedom on the line in order to put the Asian owners there on notice, letting them know, like, yo, you're not going to treat black women any way that you feel that you're going to be able to treat them as long as I'm out here. So Brother Tyrone took some cinder blocks and some bricks, and he started throwing them through the front of that establishment. Now, before this happened, Brother Tyrone already told the black women that were there getting their nails done. He was like, yo, I'm about to shut this down. This is what happened with these black women, basically letting them know. Do you know what those black women did? They did not even give a fuck. They were like, whatever. And they continue getting their nails done. They continue having their conversations. So then when he started throwing bricks through that establishment, now they wanted to sit up there and be on their camera mode. Oh my God, what is he doing? I can't believe he's doing this. I'm getting my nails done. Ma'am, he already told you to get the hell up out the chair, that he's going to shut this down because of the way that black women have been treated. But yet again, like I stated before, I've asked the question directly on my platform, do black women even actually care about black women? And I'm just going to sit up there and say no. I'm going to generalize it like hell, and I'm going to sit up there and say no, because you've had a multitude of times where black women have been abused and misused and mistreated by a lot of these establishments when it comes to the beauty supplies, and black women still patronize those beauty supplies. So do black women yet again care about how other black women get treated? No, they only give a fuck when it happens to them, when it hits a little bit too close to home. That's when black women are going to actually start sitting up there caring. But if it's not them getting their ass beat, not getting strung all over the place, if it's not them sitting up there receiving like a haymaker and potentially dying from that hit, they don't care. And like I said, I would love for somebody to sit up there and prove me wrong. I would love for somebody to prove me wrong, but I know in my heart of hearts that you can't. And why do I say that? I say that due to the fact that you still have beauty supplies in these nail salons run by Asian owners and Asian people still within the black community. So, like I said before, if black women actually cared about other black women in their lives and supporting black women who have been mistreated, then they would shut those places down, not with any type of form of violence, but with protesting and with their dollars. But that's not what black women are about. The only time that I on social media happen to see black women in droves and agreeing about shutting something down, canceling something, is when it deals and details black men. Because we all know that black men are the greatest and the only enemy of black women. That's what social media has taught me. And that's what a lot of women say directly on social media. Now, I will sit up there and say this. You can't sit up there and say that a lot of these women are a part of a minority. But at the end of the day, these women still have platforms. They still have voices. They're still able to reach to a lot of people. So no matter how small they are, they're still big at the same time. And their reach is long and far. So like I said before, at the end of the day, at this moment in time, the enemy of black women are black men. And that's by way of what social media has been sitting up there telling people. That's by way of what has been curated directly on all of these talk shows for the last 30 plus years. Where I was growing up, where I saw black women always complaining about black men this, black men that. They nothing but cheaters. They nothing but dogs. They abandon their families. They always want to get black women pregnant. They never want to sit up there and do this. They never want to. But I'm like, nobody actually asks any of these women, why did you still sleep with him and have 4 kids by him? If you said this and you only had 1 kid, all right, obviously you got the message. You understood that this guy that you picked is not shit and he's not beneficial for you. So you're going to sit up there, throw up the deuces, and you're going to leave out the situation. But if you're going to tell me that as a woman, you stayed with a guy that wasn't shit for kid 1, kid 2, kid 3, and then kid 4, anything that you say to me is not going to make sense. I'm going to be looking at you like you stupid. I'm going to literally be looking at you like you stupid because you don't make no sense. Like I said, I don't care how harsh it basically seems, but you're not really going to get sympathy from me when it details that you decided that you wanted to continuously have interactions with a guy that you selectively picked and allowed in your life and that you allowed in between your legs multiple times, and you're now going to say that he's not shit, but he wasn't shit when you were sleeping with him and when he was making you feel all good and like a woman and giving you kids? No, I'm not believing that. I'm not believing that at all. Because if I say a restaurant ain't shit, if I tried it once, I'm not going to sit up there and go back there and try it again. That's going to make me look stupid. Why am I sitting up there complaining about something if I'm going to keep sitting up there patronizing it? So if you got a lot of women out here patronize ain't shit dudes, you obviously must be an ain't shit woman, like I've said before. And I wish somebody would sit up there and say something. You're not going to sit up here and just dictate to people that all the men that you've ever been with ain't shit. If all of them ain't shit, you ain't shit either, because you motherfucking picked them and you slept with them. Like I said before, you got a lot of black women out here that don't want to take accountability and responsibility for the decisions and the men that they chose. And you got those same black women that don't really give a fuck when it comes to other black women and what's happening with them. Like I said, the only time that I've seen black women come together is when it's come to casting a shadow on black men. And the main thing I try to tell a lot of these mothers out here is that if you're talking a whole bunch of shit about black men and saying that they ain't this and ain't that, you're putting the internet is forever. So remember all the shit that you've been saying on IG, on Twitter, Facebook, and all this other type of shit, because your little boy is going to grow up into a young man and into a full-fledged man. So all of that shit that you're putting out there that all of these young girls, these young black girls are looking at, they're going to now become you. And they're going to judge your son the same way that you've been judging black men. But you're going to be like, oh no, my son isn't like that because I raised him. It don't give a fuck what you raised. It don't give a fuck how different you think your son is. Because you put out all that negative shit, is going to come right back. And I keep telling people. And I especially try to sit up there and tell women, y'all better be very careful of the shit that y'all decide to say, because a lot of y'all raising young men out here. And y'all think that the same things that y'all saying ain't going to be reflected back onto your son. You crazy out here. The same way that you disparage and treat black men, that's the same way that these young black girls growing up are going to sit up there and treat your son. And then you're going to sit up there and have the bewildered, the dumb face. You're going to be a deer caught in headlights. But I don't know how this happened. I raised my son good. Why would they treat him like that? Look at all the shit that you've been saying over the years. Look at all of that negative energy you've been putting up over the years for the last 10, 18, 20 years. Talking about, oh, his father ain't shit. My baby daddy ain't shit. He ain't this. He ain't that. All that energy that you put up there, that's going to be now given that title. All of that title is going to be given to your son. So when all of these black women right now were sitting up there saying like, yo, black men ain't shit. They're not fathers. They're no good. They're not beneficial. They're detrimental. All this, that, and the third. When your son hits 18, 25, 30, that's what those black women growing up around his time are going to sit up there and say about him. And you can't say shit or do nothing about it because you motherfucking caused and enabled that motherfucking bullshit. So live with it. Like I said before, people don't understand stuff. People don't understand energy. You got trifling ass adults out here. Y'all don't understand energy. None of y'all. Y'all don't want to listen to motherfucking shit. I say the same thing when it comes to black men as well. Like, yo, if you sitting up there saying like women ain't nothing but hoes and tricks, guess what? Somebody gonna be saying that about your daughter. And you're gonna be like, man, no, my baby girl ain't like that. I'm in her life. I done sat up there and raised her and all this other type of stuff. I got you, my guy, but this is the difference. Pay attention to how you treated girls back when you were growing up. Pay attention to all the stuff that you said about girls growing up, and even as you're an adult man at this moment in time. Now, look at your daughter. Add up all of that stuff that you've been saying, and now look at your daughter. You ain't gonna be able to sit up there and like look at her like that. Because you know honestly how detrimental the words and the actions that you have partaken in, how detrimental those things are. And in a sense, realistically, as a man, you should be ashamed. And that should make you want to make sure and change, not just yourself, but try to change the language of other guys out here, especially like these young men out here. Because everything that you've ever stated about a young woman or an older woman All of those words are going to be said and used directly on your daughter as well. And you know that you'll be willing to go to jail at the moment in time you catch any dude trying to call your daughter out her name. And I respect that. I have no issue with that. I understand that. You want to sit up there and protect your little girl. But if you want to protect your little girl, you got to protect her before she's even here. You got to protect her by the thoughts that you sit up there and make, the statements you sit up there and make, and the actions that you sit up there and take when it comes to women. It's that simple. Like I said, for me, I feel like it's a lot easier to, in a sense, get through to guys versus having this conversation with women. Because if you decide that as a man you want to have this conversation with women, they always want to flip it. They want to turn the table. It's a whataboutism. This, that, and the third. It's all this deflection. And the reason why a lot of women deflect is because women have really never been made to be solely held accountable for something and actually have to walk with it. Just by being born a black man, just by being born a little black boy, you have to now bear the brunt of society and those judgments. You're a child. You're not even one. And you're automatically deemed a criminal. You're automatically deemed somebody who is going to go after another individual. You're automatically deemed as a robber and as a murderer, as a thug. You're already given titles and brandings before you even know what your name is, before you even know how to spell it, before you can even say your first words. So, like I said, it's, certain conversations I've understood over time, it's a lot easier having with other groups. Men talking to men, it's easier to sit up there and do it. There's going to be less emotion involved. When you want to have these conversations with women, there's going to be always emotions involved, and then logic second. This is why discussions and topics, when it comes to men and women, they never go anywhere. It's always in circles, because usually it's going to be women that's going to get caught up in their emotions about a certain thing because they don't like how it was delivered. They don't like how it was said. They feel like they're being disrespected. They feel like they're being belittled. They feel like they're not being acknowledged. They feel like their points aren't being heard. Like I said, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. What would they used to say? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Yeah. Yeah. But at this point in time, what's basically happening with women are basically from both Mars and Venus. I don't know where guys are from at this moment in time now, because women are both. Let women out here sit up there and tell you. Like I said, you will have women solely tell you with the utmost confidence. They'll be like, I am the mother and the father. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Like I said, to each of their own. To each of their own. I've never once heard my mother ever utter those words at all. I never heard my grandmother, who was here at one moment in time, I've never heard her say, she was married twice. And she has about what? About 6, 7 kids, right? I've never heard her ever say that she's the man and the woman. Both of my aunts, I've never heard them say that they are the man and the woman. I had a black female teacher across the street named Miss McGee. Never heard her sit up there and say that she's both the man and the woman. But at this moment in time, this is the popular thing to do, to be a woman and to be both. I'm both the man and the woman. Okay. All right. Whatever you say there, coach. So this is why in the comment section, I start calling people champs and coaches. That's what you are. I ain't gonna call you nothing else. You believe that you're a champion. You are a champion. So if anything basically takes place, champ, you should be able to handle it. Like I said before, as an ordinary human being, you're not going to sit up there and see me try to give Superman help in a fight. He got that. That's a champion right there. He got that. That's the man of steel. But you have a lot of women out there that's basically saying, I'm Superman and Wonder Woman at the same time. I'm like, all right, coach, you basically the Justice League. You got this. Anything comes your way, you should be able to handle it. So that means there should be no tears, there should be no crying, there should be no emotion basically happening. You should just be ready to take on any doomsday that basically happens directly in front of you. Because remember, you said that you're Superman and Wonder Woman at the same time. But when you tell women that, they'll be like, no, that's not what I meant. No, that is what you meant. You're not going to sit up there and tell me you want the best of both worlds and then you still want to be treated as the other. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that here. Seji ain't doing it. You can pull that bullshit with anybody else that you want to sit up there and pull that with. Any other man that want to accept that shit, go right the fuck ahead and pull that. I'm not doing it. That's not how I was raised. That's not the black women. That's not what black women in my family ever motherfucking showed me. So I'm not accepting that at all. You're not going to sit up there and tell me that both you're the man and a woman, but yet you still want to sit up there and get married and you want to have a guy sit up there and still take care of you. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? That's like Superman getting married to Lois and then expecting Lois to sit up there and help the Justice League fight and save the world and pay all the bills. Huh? Show me a comic book where that happened. You won't. But like I said, this is what women want to sit up there and do. Y'all talk all that equality type of shit, but you don't really want equality because you don't even really understand what the fuck that means. Like I said before, I'll show you what that means. That means if y'all want equality, that means if men get drafted, even though we don't want to be in the military, y'all asses get drafted too. So at any time a war happens, guess what? Y'all asses, y'all happy asses, going to war too. You're going to be dying right there next to us because you want to sit up there and be motherfucking equal. Like I said, shit out here crazy. Oh shit. My bad, I'm here. Had to sit up there and take a call real quick. But yeah, you know, that's all I'm sitting up there saying I stood in. First of all, that wasn't my alarm. That was my phone. That was not the smoke detector. At least I don't think that was a smoke detector. I don't know. Whatever. Um, No Freedom was like, be careful, you might see a comic book like you know what? I would not be too surprised. I would not be too surprised if that actually, you know, ended up being a full fledged comic book. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you know, but like I said before, I'm not in that whole thing. I'm not. Like I said, I don't care what nobody says. Oh, that's misogynistic. That's sexist if you don't believe in that. You don't support women's rights? No, if women want to sit up there and what's up, brother Exile? What is up? What is up? What is up? If women want equal pay and everything like that, I have no problem. Let me get this straight, real quick. If you are doing the same exact job as a man, and you're putting in the exact, like the same amount of hours, the same hard work and due diligence and everything like that, I am all for you sitting up there getting the same amount of pay. I have no issues with that at all. But if you have a man, I'm just going to put it like this. If you got a man that's a weightlifter, he's lifting 400 pounds and he's getting paid to lift those 400 pounds. And then you have another woman that's a weightlifter or considers herself a weightlifter and she's only lifting 10 or 5 pounds. And then she's talking about I should be getting the same type of money or the same type of sponsorship as this guy that's lifting 400 pounds because I'm a weightlifter too. This is sexist. That nah, sweetheart. No. No. That dude is realistically putting his life on the line to sit up there and lift that weight that he's lifting. You're not just going to be able to lift that over. Like I said, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. Like I said, if you're doing the same amount of work, you're putting in your due diligence, you're putting in the effort and everything like that, I'm all for you sitting up there getting paid. You should get paid what you deserve to get paid. But if you're a lazy ass bastard, if you're a bum, no, you're not going to sit up there and get the same pay. I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. That's like me sitting up there running a race and I'm busting somebody's ass in this race and I win a gold medal. But then people are like, oh, that's uneven. This person, they raced and trained just as hard as you, and it's not their fault that they sat up there come as last. It shouldn't just be one person that wins a gold medal. The other person should get a gold medal too. Fuck all that shit. If I beat your ass in a race, that is my gold medal. I'm not motherfucking sharing that shit with you. You better motherfucking get back on a track and start training. You better get you a better coach. You better get you on a better regiment. You better get your genetics up. You better do something. But I'm not about to motherfucking share my shit with you because you're a bum. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I'm not about that. So like I said before, I have no issues with women sitting up there getting the money that they deserve because they're doing their due diligence. They're putting in the hours and the effort in order to sit up there and get that. I have no problem with that. I don't like dealing with bums that just want to sit up there and get money because they're women. I don't have time for that. You already got women getting money just because they're women. Like I said, a lot of women say that it's hard out here getting money. You literally have a woman that is out here selling farts in a jar and she's pulling out 100 grand. You're not going to sit up there and tell me that it's tough out here for women because it's not. Women are literally the only ones that can get out here and do some of the most degrading stuff and get money for it. Huh? How many dudes do you know that are putting farts into a mason jar and that's making buku bucks every month? You're not going to show me any because ain't nobody paying for it. Ain't nobody paying for it. You know how many women are online right now sitting up there selling used garments, sweaty garments, smelly garments, and they're making thousands of dollars online? How many men are sitting up there selling like holy underwear and t-shirts and women are just buying it up? None. None. So like I said before, when people want to sit up here and say that women got it difficult and it's whatever. Like I said, let me go back to what that saying was. Life is what you make it. So a lot of these women that's out here doing some of this stuff, they're making something out of life right now and they're being rich. Now the whole other thing to that though, like I stated to women before, usually what comes with money, men know how to save, right? A lot of women like to sit up there and spend money. Yeah, I can't sit up there and get on dudes buying stuff that they don't need. But women normally, when it comes to a relationship, any dude, if you're being honest, I don't care if you're married or not, if you're going to be honest, if you're with your girlfriend or your wife, how much of the closet space do you have? You're not going to have a lot. You're not going to have a lot. How much of the shoe rack do you have? You're not going to sit up there and have a lot. Because the greater majority of the clothes in there are going to be hers. The greater majority of the shoes on the shoe rack, wherever it is in the closet, is going to be hers. Just like if you look on what is that called? I want to say like a Chester drawer or whatever it is. I forgot what it is. But basically, y'all know what I'm talking about. The drawers where you put your clothes and whatever it is. If you look on the top of that by the mirror, how many of those products are going to be yours as a guy? 99.9% of those products that are up on that dresser are going to be hers. Body and Beyond. I can't even get the words right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Fenty, all that stuff. All of it is pretty much going to be female related. The most you're going to have up there, what is a toothbrush, two things of like deodorant, maybe some toothpaste, some Listerine, and some other type of stuff. You ain't really going to have nothing up there. Like I said, women like to sit up there and spend a lot of money. They like to spend more than what they keep. So when it comes to back to the main topic of women, making buku bucks off of selling farts and all this other type of stuff, a lot of those women, just like the girls on OnlyFans, a lot of those women who decide that they want to do all of this stuff, that money is disappearing because they're trying to live a life that never existed in the first place. They're trying to live a life that they never even motherfucking had. And they're trying to sit up there and keep up with IG, Twitter, and all these other girls that are sitting up there doing better than them. And they're trying to show them that, yo, I'm with you. I'm in the same spot. I'm pulling in 30 and 50K and 100K. I got this many, and all of that money is going. So by the time they reach 30 and 40, they're not going to have shit to show for it. They're going to be like one of those one-hit wonders. A lot of those women that are on OnlyFans right now are going to be one-hit wonders because they're not going to have anything to show. Like I said before, let's go to the retirement ages of 60. Those women ain't going to have shit. I'm just going to be honest with you. They are not going to have shit. They're not putting stuff away in stocks. They're not investing in anything realistically lucrative that is going to put their money up. They're not. Everything is just a here and now. Like I said, all the shit that they're buying right now, when they're 60, that shit ain't going to matter. That shit is not going to sit up there and matter. They're going to have a whole host of health issues because they decided, oh, I want to sit up there and get a BBL. I want to sit up there and get liposuction here. I want to sit up there and get fat injections here. I want to do this surgery here, do this surgery there. You got women right now sitting up there spending 50K to sit up there and get their bodies done, knowing damn well that shit is not going to hold up when they're 60. So why the fuck do it? Why not just sit up there and just work out? You see, now I'll put it to you like this. You have some guys out here who do steroids, which is the easy route, but that comes at the route of death. Arnold did steroids. A lot of people don't even know or understand that. Go back and watch some videos because back then it wasn't illegal. It was not illegal. But he did sit up there and do all that heavy lifting. He did sit up there and do that training. He did sit up there and do that hard work. But like I said, this is not me condoning steroids or advocating for steroids or anything like that. I'm listening to things that are detrimental that people do to, in a sense, take the easier route or to make things a little bit easier. You have women who don't want to work out, who don't want to run, who don't want to sweat, who don't want to lift any type of weights, but they want the easy way out, which is, okay, I'm going to get some skin sutured here. I'm going to get some fat here. This is why a lot of these women have the exact same shape. Go through IG, go through Twitter, go through wherever you want to. This is why a lot of the black women out here have the exact same shape. It's like everybody's going to the same doctor. It's crazy. And this is why I be looking at people crazy whenever like, yo, as a black woman, I'm different. I'm this, I'm that. If you're so different, why do I see 5 to 10 other black women that got your exact same shape? What's different about you? Oh, your hair? I know several other black women that got the same type of hair because that's the brand new style. Instead of having weave and stuff like braided in, now you got like the whole, wig or lace, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. That's basically attached. That's glued on, and that matches in with the scalp and stuff like that. Like I said, it's a dope thing. What women basically come up with to basically up the hairstyle type, yo, Lord, geniuses. 100% geniuses when it comes to that. It's crazy. The evolution of how black women have done their hair, it's crazy. It's the most intriguing and interesting thing that I've ever seen directly in my life. Like I remember the days where, they would just take the hair and they would get it, basically braided in, and different stuff like that. Now it's to the point where it's like it's a whole nother set piece that's put directly on and you just basically match it in with the scalp. Like I said, it's genius. It's some genius type stuff. Like I said, I can't take nothing away from that. That's some genius type stuff. No other group of women could ever come up with something so genius such as that. Like I said before. Now, back to the other main point. My main thing is you can't say that in a sense you're different where other black women have the exact same shape and the exact same look as you. The only difference is your hair color. The only difference is the length of your eyelashes. The only difference is your skin tone and your skin complexion. Like I said, when I was sitting up there growing up, women were actually different. Women actually did have different types of shapes. And I also grew up during a time where BBLs and all this other type of stuff, it wasn't like a thing. It was something that you would see white women do. Just like a lot of these facial reconstruction surgeries and stuff like this would be something that white women would be normally doing. They're the ones that made the plastic surgery thing like what it is at this moment in time, because a lot of white women, they don't like the way that their body look. They don't like their shape, right? And that's also as somebody listed during the 80s and the 90s, it was cool, right, to in a sense be thin, right? Just like back in the 60s, it was cool to also be thin. You can go back and look at a model. Her name, I think, was like Twiggy. I remember that off of, I think, who listed that? What was that? The girl off of America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks. She listed that. And she stated how influential Twiggy was to the modeling industry and how she revolutionized and changed, the thought processes. Like I said, this is where a lot of that anorexia and all the other type of stuff came from, because they will put certain people in the spotlight, and other women, don't matter the color, they'll be like, oh man, yeah, you see how she's getting the all the guys' attention. I want to sit up there and be like her. So then they're going to sit up there and make themselves sick, or if not, try to kill themselves just trying to sit up there and get to that weight class. So now it's the whole reverse, right? So since black women have basically at a point in time been in the spotlight, and they've got it to the point where it's like, yo, I'm proud of my body. I love my body. I love the shape and everything like that. Now you have other women, they're like, oh, you see how black women are sitting up there, all the guys are looking at them and all this other type of stuff. It's like, yeah, my guy, he's not even interested in black women, but he can't sit up there and keep his eyes off him. He always, right? So now, because other women are seeing how black women are getting attention from their men, now those same women are going to plastic surgeons to get the bodies that black women naturally have. And black women, the stupidest thing, black women are literally going right to the doctor to get the same body that black women have naturally had. What are we doing? What are we doing? You're paying for something that was already God given. What are we doing? What are we doing? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Matter of fact, you know what? You know what? Let me give some credit where credit is due, right? Due to the effect of Kim Kardashian, right? Who, if you go back and look at Kim's original photos, she was as flat as a board. Nothing in the back, a little bit in the front, right? She still roughly had the same face. Once she started getting her body done, you had other black women that were also idolizing Kim Kardashian and her body. Like, oh, she looks so nice. Look at her curves. I wish I was shaped like that. A doctor made that. The whole family, a doctor made that. And you got black women out here talking about they wish they had that. That's crazy. A doctor gave her what black women naturally have, and you got black women wishing for what Kim Kardashian has. But yet, like I said, it's the most confusing and perplexing thing that I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I said, certain things just should not be happening, but it is what it is at this moment in time. But like I said, this is something else that, yet again, a lot of black women aren't talking about. I can list you a few black women that have talked about it. I cannot remember her YouTube page. Oh my God, no, and I actually watch her videos quite a bit. Hold on, let me see. I gotta actually go to YouTube real quick. Hopefully this doesn't act funny on me and cut off. Let me see if I can find if one of her videos actually show up. I can hear her voice right now, but I can't. What's the name? Let me see. I'm trying to find her videos real quick, and I can't find it. Let me see. Um, that's what it is. That's what her name. Her name is the name of her YouTube channel is called Pink Book Lessons, and I like her voice. I can always like hear, like her voice, in my head, and I can like hear like the theme and whatnot. But she's covered a lot, and I mean a lot of different videos, especially those dealing with women. And she's been one of the main ones that I have seen and heard, try to speak the utmost logic, um, to a lot of women out there. And you will have some women that will listen, and then you have a lot of others that just want to sit up there and run their mouth. And I'm like, y'all need to just shut up and listen to what it is that she's stating. It's like if a black man tells you what it is, y'all don't want to listen. If a black woman with a platform is literally telling you exactly what it is and what the problem with black women is, it's like y'all still don't want to listen. So it's like it's crazy out here. It's like you don't want to listen to black men, you don't want to listen to black women. So who are you going to listen to? Nobody. So this is why, like I said before, you have a lot of the things that are happening and reoccurring with black women. This is why it takes place. Tippy said, "I'm a subscriber." Yeah, yeah. Like she's dope. Like I said, she's pretty funny. Oh yeah. Oh man, she is hilarious. But yeah, like I said before, it's like I said, it's just difficult. And like I said, at the end of the day, I love black people. I really do. But like I'll be damned. Like it's too difficult trying to like realistically get through to black women. If I literally see black women creating a platform, which is something that I've mentioned before, like yo, black women create a platform, start getting out this information, different things. She literally has a platform. She has tons of videos out there, tons of views that she gets directly on her videos. And for her to even receive any type of mouth or any woman out there doing this, and they're trying to put black women on like on a straight path to like fix the course that they're on because it's incorrect. It's like, yo, that's crazy to me. That's 100% crazy. Like I said, the only main person I feel that can tell some of these black women out here how to act as a white man. And I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to be 100% honest. Like I said, I see some black women out here doing the work, doing their due diligence, sitting up there getting this information out. Black women don't want to listen to that. You got black men out here, yet again, doing the exact same thing. And they're like, nah. Uh-oh, I think I see YouTube playing with the likes out there. I was at 73 likes. That went down to like 72. I'm like, oh. either somebody didn't like the conversation or YouTube is taking, some likes or whatever. I don't know. It's either one of the two. It's either one of the two. It'll be dope if, people can start hitting the like button. We had about like 365 people basically view the stream, but only like 74 people like the stream. Come on, guys. It ain't gonna break your thumbs or finger just to hit the like button. Like I said, I barely get anything anyway. I'm just trying to get more people to actually view the content. Help a brother out. Oh, yo. Oh man. Oh my goodness. But yo, the on top of that, the other thing, I got to start doing more live streams too. Again, I was hoping to really catch a lot of those vocal few that like to show up on the channel, and I want to be talking like some major shit. that always want to leave statements under my videos talking about how I don't love black women, how I don't care about black women and what have. I wanted them to like realistically appear. I wanted them to 100% show the fuck up. I really wanted them to show the fuck up, but like I always sit up there and tell y'all, they'll roll up on certain videos. At the moment in time that I got a black woman front and center, oh, they care about black women. They care about black women. They got something to sit up there and say. They got something to sit up there and say. They're oh so vocal. They're champions now, right? But the moment in time that I start talking other videos, like if I happen to do videos uplifting black women and being positive, talking about black women, magically they're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Said you had 86 likes when I found you. Now it's 73. Wait a minute, I had 86? What happened? Yo. Oh man, that's crazy. I had 86. Wow, what happened? I guess I must have made somebody mad. I don't know. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, fuck it. It's crazy out here. Like I said, it's another thing I mentioned before is like the craziest shit is, like something so simple. Like I'll put it to you like this, like watching your let's say like your favorite like content creator, like beyond my channel. Realistically, a content creator shouldn't have to like remind or ask people to sit up there and like hit the like button. That shouldn't even be a thing. I should not have to see consistent videos all over the place. Like I watch video game videos, right? And I literally see every single content creator be like, yo, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that. Realistically, if you are watching the person's shit every single day, they shouldn't have to remind you, right? Like, you got to sit up there and pay your rent every single month. Do you need like the renters organization or whoever it is to come, sir, Mr. and Mrs. We just want to remind you, your rent is going to be due, in like 30 days. So we're going to remind you every single day to, save money and to put money away and to do that. Hey, this is the second day. We just wanted to let you know that this is day 29, and soon enough, your rent is going to be due. I'm sorry, this is the y'all get what I'm saying. So it's crazy out here. That's all I'm saying. It's already hectic out here dealing with YouTube, sitting up there playing with views, playing with subscribers. Come on, guys. Hit that like button. 374 people. Then watch this live stream. What's happening out here? We got some broken thumbs. People, using their faces to basically open phones and just go to YouTube. Like, what are we doing? Oh, snap. We got Gail. What is up, Gail? What is happening? Gail was like, damn, I missed the whole live. Well, the beautiful part, Gail, is that the whole live is going to be right back up there just so you can just so happen to peruse it and, look at it and listen to it, whenever you want to, happen to do that, K-Dot said, trust gets you killed, love gets you hurt, and being real gets you hated. I mean, realistically, no lies detected. No lies detected. And I'll break that down for you. Right? Being in a relationship, I have been hurt. That is what happens. Being real gets you hated. That is 100% true, because the moment in time that you try to hold people to being accountable for the actions that they decide to partake in, because like I said, when it comes to certain things, it takes two. If those actions don't happen, then that means one person subtracted themselves from the situation, which means the interaction would never exist at all. So when you tell people that, you get hated. And then trust gets you killed. In immediate situations, people have decided to put their life in somebody else's hands, all for that same person that they trusted, just to take it. So like I said, no lies detected. No lies detected right there. This man is 100% facts. I don't know who this man is, but straight facts. None but facts. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this individual because a lot of people have different names out here, and I don't want to misrepresent anybody because I think I might have said that to somebody before, and it was actually a woman. So, yeah, none but facts. None but facts. Mickey Bricks, what is happening out here? Sorry if that was a little bit too loud, but I try to be as enthusiastic as possible. Uh, when I happen to see, some names out here, and when I could put that emphasis, directly there. Yo, man, much love and appreciation. Matter of fact, much love and appreciation to anybody that actually came through directly to this live stream. I haven't done a live stream in probably close to um, about a month. And I remember I told y'all before I was gonna try to do it, consistently back in January, but things came up. And YouTube, of course, likes to play with certain things, so you basically try to, stay to yourself and you stay in the background and you're like, you know what, let me just stay to what I know. Let me just focus on, the task at hand, and let me just try to figure out, this situation and whatnot. So that is where we are at this current, moment in time. K. said, the faker you are, the bigger your circle will be. The more honest you are, the smaller your circle will be. This man, look at them. I keep saying, nothing but facts. Nothing but facts. Nothing but facts. No lies. No lies. No lies detected directly out here when it comes. I would actually change the background to make it easier so people know what the topic is, but I tend to forget when I start talking, you know. But like I said, nothing but facts, man. Nothing but 100% facts. And this is true. Like I said before, fake individuals, they'll have like the biggest, they'll have the whole world basically around them. That is what it is. Like I said, a lot of people don't like honesty. A lot of people don't like truthful individuals. A lot of people don't like hearing the truth at the end of the day. And this is why when you ask a lot of people, how many truthful people do you know or have in your circle, they're not going to say a lot. And that'll let you know what it is right there. So, like I said, a lot of people say that they don't like yes men, and people always agreeing with them. But how many truthful and honest people do you really have around you to put you in check and to keep you in balance? Like I said, I got people in my life that'll sit up there and honestly, tell me some stuff. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. It's up to me to, basically take it in and, to do whatever with that information. But I at least know that I have, those people that's like, yo, um, you on some bullshit. You were wrong. Different stuff like that, which, like I said before, people need to get checked every now and again. That's how you stay on a level playing field. When you don't have checks and balances, this is when power or whatever people want to consider it can sit up there and corrupt. This is when people start acting besides themselves and different things like this. This is when people start acting like they shit don't stink. Like I said, my way of keeping myself in check and balance is like I said before. I sat up there and told you guys like quite a few of my stories, quite a few of my mistakes and different things. Because at no point in time am I going to roll up here and make it seem like I'm 1,000%, perfect on anything. The one thing that I will sit up there and tell you is, I am always working on becoming a better person by way of the mistakes and the life choices that I've made so that I don't make those again. And hopefully that somebody else who was younger that might be watching this channel, they don't ever make the mistakes that I made. Right. So, that's how I sit up there and, and do that. Jelmo, what is up? What is happening in these streets? Paul Grant said, richest men are the biggest liars. Yeah, yeah. We got some of those out there on social media. Pandering some stuff in the news. Yeah, we got some of those out here. Yeah, yeah. We got some of those individuals out here. We got them. For the world to see. Let me tell you, for the world to see. The Exile said, "Yep, got to read them signs early." That's bars. That is straight bars. You know, like I said, the other reason I basically wanted to do this live stream, I usually do live streams to check up on everybody, mental health, to see how everybody's doing, whatnot, because the world is always in chaos, so I'm hoping everybody is okay, everybody's doing all right, because every now and again, I see y'all in the comment section, or y'all might send me some messages, hey, how you doing, are you all right, and so I try to return that exact same energy that people give me, and try to check on y'all, because the same way that y'all try to show love and support on the platform, I want to try to give that back as well in some type of way, fashion, or form. So doing live streams is technically one of those ways, even though I have not really been that consistent directly on those those live streams. So yeah, I'm just hoping everybody's doing good, and nobody got to get personal. I'm just saying, I'm just hoping that you guys are doing all right and different things like that, and also to let you know if you are going through anything, try to seek a friend, try to seek help. It ain't nothing wrong with going out there and getting therapy and paying to talk to somebody and different things like that. Um, do what you got to do in order to make sure your mental wellness is, okay. Uh, Pink said, I miss your lives. Much love and appreciation. I miss my lives as well. Then we got Gail. Lord have mercy. We love you too, Gail. We love you too, Gail. Much love and appreciation. Um, Tia said, we miss you too, Seji, and we love you. Much love and appreciation, Tia. Much love and appreciation. Jason said, liquid money. Thanks. Try holding that. Yeah, that's bars. Liquid money, that's, oh, you must be listening at a different part of the video, I think, versus where we are. Okay. Because I got to remember that some people come in like late, or they might go back and listen to different stuff and, like the stream and whatnot. But yeah, that liquid money, yeah, you can't hold that liquid money. It's like trying to hold water. Good luck. You're not going. If you hold in water, you're not going to hold a lot of it. I can tell you that. Hands are not built to hold that. Tippy said, "How is everyone doing mentally? Hope all is well." Um, yeah, things are good. Like I tell you guys, everything is a work in progress. Let me put up what Tippy said. So, yeah, Gail is she's always on her best behavior. uh no, but that's what Gail always does. Just to sit up there and throw something out there just to get like a reaction. You know, that's what Gail does. To try to bring forth a smile and different stuff like that. You know, but yeah, that's that's Gail. The general said yes, I am okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. That is good. That is good. So yeah, it's like that. I feel like that's at least one of the main things that for me I'm going to work on doing. Right. I'll try to have a time. I used to have a time originally when I would do live streams, and you guys would normally know it would probably be about like I think what did I used to do? I think it was like usually around like 10 or 11 consistently like every day that we would do like live streams and stuff like that. Um I'm not sure exactly what the time would specifically be, but I would have to figure out something. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go eat. So I'm going to just, end the live stream at this moment. Is that what the girl say? I don't fall out of love that easy. So what I'm gonna do is, oh Lord, Tippy, calm down, calm down. We love you too, Tippy. Um, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna end the stream. Yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to go and in the stream, I'm about to go get something to eat. Let me see, did my phone ring? Because that's why people are sitting up there calling right now. So I'm gonna eat here on live. No, I'm not eating here on live right now. Maybe on a different day when I sit up there and like have like the camera up. You know, I'm talking to Family Gal. Look at you. Look at you. But anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot, and thank you guys for you know all of the love and support that you guys have given me directly over the years. I do have some better stuff actually coming. I've been saying that technically for quite a minute, so we're gonna have that up here. I still do got some plans up there for you guys. They've just been set back due to the fact that YouTube technically, did something to the very first channel, which set back everything that I was going to do. But I still have that plan set in motion that I want to accomplish and actually get done. Because some people had some plans before. They were like, "Yo, man, um, how about you have like community like meetups or different stuff like that, like some stuff I would actually like to do. I would actually like to like talk with you guys, like eat some food and stuff, and just try to figure out some things, you know but while I'm contemplating all of those things, I will go eat my food and go read some of these stories that I have like 49 tabs up of, and hopefully one day catch up on my emails, which, you know, is tough. It's tough. Uh, Andrea says, Cedric, you're back up to 85. Yeah, much love and appreciation to anybody who actually hit that like button. Directly, on the line. Oh no, it's actually. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's back up to 86. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. But much love and appreciation. Again, to anybody who was a part of the stream. Love you guys. Go enjoy time with your family, your kids. Uh, go relax, have some food, order some Uber Eats, and don't stress out too much, about a lot of things that's going on. You know, to be talking about, so okay then, but oh yeah. Mickey said, "Is you on State of Decay on Xbox One?" I mean, I got the Xbox Series X now, but I still do got State of Decay, directly, up there. I've been playing Elden Ring a lot. You can check that out on Twitch. I've been doing that a lot. But as always, I'll figure out when I'm going to do another live stream. But I'm just going to end it here. But anyways, love you guys. Love the conversation. Go enjoy your food and peace out. Well, much love, appreciation, and stay tuned for the next video.